You're watching The Ryan Silverfield Show, presented by AutoZone.
The Tigers are going bowling after a win over Tulane. Tonight on The Ryan Silverfield Show, we take you back to that game and ask some players and coaches what they're thankful for this year in the spirit of Thanksgiving.
The game is on.
The Ryan Silverfield Show is presented by AutoZone. When you've got car trouble, you want help from number one. So if you've got a battery problem, head to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. And by Conway Services, the official HVAC partner of Tiger Athletics. Chick-fil-A, we didn't invent chicken, just the chicken sandwich. R.J. Young, technology solutions that power your business. Tennessee Lottery, turning dollars into dreams.
One game for bowl eligibility, and the Tigers come through. Hi, I'm Jarvis Greer.
And I'm Cassie Carlson. Let's check out the highlights.
Ryan Silverfield says reaching a bowl game is the minimum standard at Memphis. The Tigers playing for bowl eligibility in the final game of the regular season. Taking on the Tulane Green Wave on senior night as 17 seniors were honored before the game. Some of those players, Dylan Parham, J.J. Russell, Thomas Pickens, Jacoby Francis, and Calvin Austin, all who will leave a lasting impact on Memphis football. We take you now to game action in the first quarter. Tulane on the 14 and quarterback Michael Pratt fakes the pass, tucks it, and he runs into the end zone for a score. The Green Wave go up first, 7-0. Tigers driving 3rd and 11 on the 13. Seth Hennigan gonna throw to Gabe Rogers as Rogers reaches the ball to cross the goal line. It does, and with that, Memphis ties the game. 14-7 Tulane. These two trading scores. This time, Seth Hennigan with the short pass to Drake Clark. Catch and run in for 6. Tie game, looking like Tulane was going to score again, but instead, defensive back Quindell Johnson reads the look and picks off Pratt. That's Johnson's first interception of the season. Tigers tradition, they run to the end zone and they find the cameras to celebrate. 17-14 Memphis in the third, 4th and 10, and David Kemp on the field to attempt a 40-yard field goal. It goes through the uprights, and that is a new career high for Kemp. 21-20 Tulane in the fourth quarter. Tigers working their way down the field. Asa Martin doing most of the work and will finish off the drive with a short rushing touchdown. The Tigers go for 2 and don't get it. On the next kickoff, Tulane fumbles on the return, and it's recovered by Zay Colin. Hennigan then going to get the ball back as he connects with Eddie Lewis for a 25-yard score to put Memphis up by 2 possessions. The Tigers win this one 33-28, and they go bowling, keeping their bowl streak alive. 8 straight years playing in the postseason. Keeping cool under pressure is Asa Martin, providing a big spark in the second half, leading up to his fourth quarter touchdown. He had 3 catches for 66 yards on the drive to put Memphis in scoring position. He also forced that fumble on the kickoff that was recovered by Collins. Time now to hear from Ryan Silverfield with Jarbo and Willow after the game.
Going bowling for the 8th straight year. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks so much. Really proud of the seniors. I mean, they're the ones that deserve all the credit. Way to go out the Liberty Bowl for them, their last ride here. One more game to play. Look, this season didn't necessarily go the way we wanted, but no one will forget it as long as we win today and then go out and find a way to win our bowl game.
And now, Coach, I got to tell you, you've got a new trend going that I really love. 4 turnovers you cause, 0 you have, plus 4.
I'll take it. We've talked about the turnover margin all season, and reality, it hadn't been where we needed it to be. Tonight it showed up in a variety of different ways, whether it be fumbles on special teams, right? Interceptions, forced fumbles by the defense, and just proud. And then obviously we talk about owning the football as an offense. Pleased with the way we were able to do that.
Speaking of special teams, you have Asa Martin coming up with a big play on his special teams. David Kemp is kicking field goals now, and you're perfect on your extra points, and it's turning around, coming together at the end of the year. Yeah, look, you ultimately want to play your best ball in November, and thank goodness we get to play ball into December. And yeah, pleased with David Kemp. Obviously, he's a young man that needs to continue to gain confidence and kick the ball through the uprights. And then obviously Asa stepped up and had a huge game for us. And J.J. Russell, of course, coming through as a senior. And, of course, he has the big locker room talk to the players to say, look, we're not going out like this, and you go out winners in the final Liberty Bowl game.
Absolutely. That's J.J. Russell's the leader of our team, and just so grateful for him. At halftime, he gave a great speech. Look, at some point, they don't want to hear me talk all the time. I looked over at him, I said, you got it. He handled it. He did a great job. The guys came out motivated. Obviously, we've talked about our guys fighting all season long. And then who are better to recover the onside kick at the end of the game than J.J. Russell, our captain.
It was beautiful. Congrats again on keeping that postseason streak alive. Calling plays in college football now is a very complicated process, but the Tigers coaches, they got it down.
When college football fans go to the Liberty Bowl and see the Tigers running on the field, they often see the coaches scrambling around there. Somebody's got headset on, somebody's talking to the players. What goes on during that time when you just have a little bit of time to talk to the guys before they get out on the field?
Yeah, what people don't understand is on that headset, everybody's connected to different people, right? So mostly our defensive staff is connected amongst themselves, and the offensive staff is the same, special teams coordinator, based off of maybe who's up in the press box or who else is on the field. I have access to all three. So I've got all these different buttons, all those different things. So constantly flipping over, having communication amongst it. But like Coach Mike McIntyre's up in the booth, right? Well, if he wants to talk to Kyle Pope, defensive line coach, they have direct access. Now, Kyle Pope may want to talk to his defensive grad assistant. It's on a whole nother line. So it may be, hey, let's switch over to B. Now he can have a one-on-one conversation with somebody. Now, there's a lot of times, a lot of conversations going on. Hey, should we go for it on this 3rd and 1? Should we do here? What are we punting? Is there a fake going in? What is it? Hey, maybe I need to talk to offense, defense, and special teams, so it's a lot of flipping over. That's all part of it, and I say it's controlled chaos, but making sure everybody's communicating and being on the same page.
Yeah, so let's go to offense. How does it work? There's a play you want to call. How does it go from up top? I know Kevin Johnson is now on the field, but from him to you or to the offense to Seth, how does that work?
Yeah, so Kevin Johns ultimately calls all the plays. We'll discuss things. We may say, hey, here's something I want to run, or if it's in the middle of something that I feel like we need to go and call, I'll tell him that, and then what he does is that he'll give the final formation, the final play. Then we have signalers, right? We have, as you guys have seen, multiple people, multicolored jerseys, and shirts, different signal boards, also different characters going on, numbers and different things to disguise what we're calling in. But we get the play, it gets signaled in, the quarterback gives it. We have different players that have to look over signals, some also hear the audible from the quarterback, and then the play is run. But while that play is being run, whether you want to go fast or not, you almost have that next play ready. Now, that depends. If the ball ends up on the left hash, now you have to flip everything completely in your mind. If the ball ends up in the middle of the field, now where do you change it? Oh, wait, the ball went out of bounds. Oh, we need to substitute, get different personnel. So all that communication occurs, and it's generally within 15 seconds.
And you talk about controlled chaos. That sounds like controlled chaos, but you move the offensive coordinator from the booth down to the field. How did that work?
Yeah, look, I think part of it is what can they see best. And sometimes up there you can see things a little bit easier. Sometimes the game slows down. You also have more room to write, to be able to control things, to go over different things. Now, when you come down the field, the advantage is you have the opportunity to look your players in the eyes. And I think that's very important. When you're dealing with 18 to 22-year-olds, sometimes when you have the opportunity to look them in the eye and say, hey, here's what's going on, here's what we need to do, or personally draw it yourself and say, here's what we saw, I think that does have some advantages itself. You know, Coach Johnson thought it was great to be able to be around the guys, maybe get the offense all together at certain points to discuss certain things, and the move has worked, and I think it's something we'll do, continue moving forward.
4th down plays, are you the one that calls all of those?
Well, look, you know, like I said, Coach Johns is ultimately the play caller. He's done a fantastic job all year, but we do discuss certain things, right? If we're going to go for it, it's ultimately my decision. You know, there's times that, you know, it's risk and reward, and we'll ask. And sometimes I have to be 2 plays ahead. It may be a 2nd down, and the ball may be on the minus 39-yard line. I'll say, hey, Kevin, if you can get it to the 42, we're going for it. Okay, and then all of a sudden we get to the 42, and I'll say, okay, let's go for it. So I think that's just part of it. It's having to think ahead. It's almost like playing chess. You got to be think ahead of what the moves may be and what's going to be advantageous for your team.
Coming up, we're asking some Tigers what they're thankful for and what their favorite Thanksgiving food is. That's right after the break.
You're watching The Ryan Silverfield Show, presented by AutoZone.
It's been a long season, so we asked some players, coaches, and staff members what they're thankful for this Thanksgiving.
I'm thankful for my family, of course. I'm thankful for God, thankful for my teammates and these seniors that have really helped show me what Memphis football is really like.
This year, as every year, I'm thankful for my family, my immediate family. I have a great support staff at home. Being far away from home, I always get calls from them, just checking on me, things like that, making sure I'm good.
This year, I'm thankful for my family back home in Dallas, and I'm also thankful for my teammates and everything that we do for each other every week during practice and in the games.
I'm thankful for Ryan Silverfield, his dogs Cooper and Sadie Silverfield, who I get to let out every day, twice a day. I'm thankful for Gatorade and their Glacier Freeze that I get to bring Coach after practice. I'm thankful for his cherry peel and pull Twizzlers, which are his favorite, and his chicken tenders that he loves from Belly Acres with his side of ranch.
I'm thankful for the opportunity to come pour into these guys every day. I'm thankful to be a Memphis Tiger. I'm thankful to be able to give back to the city of Memphis. I'm just thankful to be able to walk in this building every day and be the best I can be for everybody in this building.
I'm thankful for my wife, Ashlyn, and my two boys, Hudson and Jackson. We're new here in Memphis. Everything's been going great, so we're just really thankful for this whole opportunity and how well everything's been going.
This year, I'm very thankful for the opportunity to be able to be here at Memphis and work with 18 to 22-year-olds on a daily basis. We're building that relationship and everything like that. That's my number one.
To me, being a Memphis Tiger just means being tough. To be a Memphis Tiger is to work hard.
Man, it means everything. Like the character of the city, the character of this team, man, it's unbelievable. I mean, every day you come in and you know that you're going to work with somebody who just not only loves you and loves your charisma, but they want best from you and they're going to give you all they got. It's a fight mentality. They're thankful for you just as much as you're thankful for them.
You know, we've kind of taken on the mentality of Memphis versus everybody, and we really believe that. And, you know, we've had to overcome a lot of obstacles this year, and that's what being a Memphis Tiger is.
Being all in is something that we stand by. Just having an attitude to come in, give your all, and just be a great player, be a great teammate.
Being a Memphis Tiger means working for one of the best football programs in the country, and it's not something I take for granted. It's taken a long time to get here. My wife has sacrificed, we've sacrificed and worked hard, and it's something that we love doing.
To be a Memphis Tiger means to be able to sacrifice more than the majority of people are willing to. It's a grind. Not everyone can do it. Everyone talks about it. Not everyone can say they're from the 901 and show what it truly means to be a Tiger.
To be a Memphis Tiger, I just learned what it means to be a Memphis Tiger since I got here in January. But seeing the guys and their attitude and the way that they work so hard, that's what Memphis is about. That grit, that grind on a day-to-day basis.
Favorite Thanksgiving food is potatoes and dumplings, and my favorite tradition is getting to see my family.
Honestly, just being with the family, sitting at the dinner table, everybody talking, having a conversation about all the things that went on in the year, up to the now, where we at. And my favorite dish would have to be macaroni and cheese. And yes, favorite.
Good choice.
My favorite Thanksgiving food would probably be green bean casserole.
Oh, you go for the veggies.
Yeah.
Tradition, probably me and the dog in the living room watching a few football games. Favorite food, sweet potato pie. All day long, sweet potato pie.
My favorite Thanksgiving tradition is to watch whatever NFL game is on with my family. And my favorite food, I just say, would be turkey. Classic. You can never go wrong with that.
Favorite Thanksgiving tradition is always being able to be with your family. It's nothing like family. But my favorite food, sweet potato casserole. Can't go wrong there.
Marshmallows or no?
Definitely gotta have the marshmallows.
My favorite Thanksgiving tradition is probably eating way too much, passing out on the couch, and I don't care what anybody says, turkey's the best part of Thanksgiving. There's no other answer, it's turkey.
Ryan, with Thanksgiving in the middle of the week, not all of these players are from Memphis, so how do you celebrate?
Yeah, I think it's important to understand that there's going to be certain holidays that we are going to miss and not have the opportunities to be amongst our families. And anytime you're dealing with college-age student athletes, I think it's important that you celebrate it with them as a family. We are a family, and we're a brotherhood, and with many of them having families elsewhere, and maybe their blood relatives elsewhere, we try to do everything we can. So we have our normal practice like we always will on Thursday for a long time. And then what we do is we provide a great Thanksgiving feast for the guys. Lots of all the things, all the stuff and all the turkey, all the food they could ever imagine. Plenty for them to eat like we always provide, but Thanksgiving style. So we try to enjoy that with them. We don't want the grab and go boxes. We want them to sit down and enjoy the camaraderie amongst themselves. Now, a lot of the coaches also have the opportunity to bring them over to their house, enjoy some of their meals with their family, so more of a traditional Thanksgiving, if you will. But I think a lot of our guys understand being a Division I football player, you're not going to get the ideal holiday that you're used to growing up.
The game this year, last game of the regular season, is on a Saturday. The last few years it's been on Friday. What's the difference in that and keeping everybody focused, one extra day over a holiday period?
It's always nice when you have that opportunity to be able to play that Friday as a home game. Obviously, depending on what it is, normally it's a short week, but for you and your opponent. When it's a home game, it makes it a little bit easier because then we actually do Thanksgiving at the team hotel. It's kind of fun. Obviously, we got to be smart, make sure everybody's not eating too much. But to have it on a Saturday, it's just understanding, hey, this is a normal work week. Yes, we're going to enjoy Thursday and Thanksgiving celebration, but also, hey, we still have a football game to win.
It's one thing about, having the traditional Thanksgiving and having, family around and everything, but that usually means, packing on the pounds, but you can't really do that as a football team. You have to do everything in moderation.
Right, we just can't go there and eat 8 plates. I'll leave that to me. I'll do plenty of that for the rest of the team, but we also can't have an offensive lineman that normally weighs 300 pounds throwing up 315 the next day, and I think that's important. Also, we got the skill guys that they got to watch what they eat, and a lot of our guys are cognizant of that, so it's important.
So we asked all the players and some of your staff, Brian, what are you thankful for this year?
I'm so fortunate. Maybe the season didn't go exactly the way we wanted or how we planned, but I've got great individuals. I'm so very fortunate to work with this wonderful city. We've got a lot of people that still support our program, that care, and these young men have fought day in and day out. Not once did they give up. They believe, they care. They're truly all in, and I'm very thankful for that.
Favorite Thanksgiving food?
I'd say this. I'm a traditional fan. I go straight to the desserts, pumpkin pie.
Jarva?
Oh, for me?
Yeah, I want to know yours.
Dressing.
It's
like
stuffing. It's stuffing.
Dressing.
Mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Can't go wrong. I try plenty.
Coming up, we find out what's next for some of the seniors on this team. Don't copy.
Holy brightness.
Don't look at them. Hold on. Number one rule.
I'm going to turn it down a little bit, I think.
Holy moly donut shop. Holy moly donut shop. Been a while since I've heard that one.
Coach asked for some bloopers.
Some bloopers? I can make some bloopers. Show me to.
Are you rolling, Andy? Yep. Bree? Seth, do me a favor and clap. Just clap. Thank you. Okay.
That was a true quarterback.
Oh, yeah. All right.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Seth, what are you thankful for this year?
You're watching The Ryan Silverfield Show, presented by AutoZone. Let's take a look at the AutoZone road ahead.
Well, Coach, I know you're glad that when the season is coming to a close that some of your players get some really good accolades, and you've got two that are really stand above everybody, even in this conference.
You talk about Dylan Parham and Calvin Austin, two guys that have done it in an interesting way. Right, Dylan Parham came here as a 246-pound tight end and moved to defensive line. Now this is his 4th year ever playing offensive line. To get that Senior Bowl invite, to have the opportunity to be a high draft pick, I think that speaks remarkable about his work ethic and his development here. And then Calvin Austin, we all know his story, a local walk-on, just his 2nd year on scholarship here. Having that opportunity with his size to be able to invite him to the Senior Bowl, what wonderful recognition for the hard work and dedication of those two young men.
What will you remember about the rest of this senior class?
Yeah, I mean, look, we're just so fortunate. I think those guys have seen this program continue to develop, see all the things that we've been able to do, the culture we've been able to create, and look, they've worked their tails off. They deserve a lot of the credit and the honors and the recognition and the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears they put in this program. So thankful and so grateful for their, everything they've done for everybody.
That was tonight's AutoZone Road Ahead. AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination and official sponsor of Tiger Athletics. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The Senior Bowl is coming up on February 5th. We're going to wrap up the show coming up next.
You're watching The Ryan Silverfield Show, presented by AutoZone.
That's it for this episode of The Ryan Silverfield Show. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
The Ryan Silverfield Show is presented by AutoZone. Next time you need a car battery, just pick it up. Visit AutoZone.com and select same-day store pickup. Just one reason why AutoZone is America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. And by Conway Services, official HVAC partner of Tiger Athletics. Chick-fil-A, we didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. R.J. Young, technology solutions that power your business. Tennessee Lottery, turning dollars into dreams. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the University of Memphis Sports Network. This copyrighted telecast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Memphis. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Memphis and Learfield.